you only have one life to live as you. So why do you want to bother looking at how Kardashians are living? Why not go and do something for yourself and make yourself proud?
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Rayson Choo. Previously, episode 1153 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It's been just 2 years, 7 months, 14 days, 14 hours, and 15 minutes since we last recorded that conversation. That was then. This is now. Rayson, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
I'm excellent, excited, I tell you.
Right.
Having people back on the podcast, forward on the podcast, it's been a treat to hear how things have evolved. So tell me, the last time we spoke, you were the speaker, you were a practicing psychiatric nurse as well. How have things evolved? What's going on with you?
All right. So basically, ever since I've spoken with you in 2017, the amount of opportunities that I've gotten has kept increasing. So, like, for example, my podcast, the podcast that I have, which is the Legacy Show, it has garnered more than 50,000 views from all over the world. And also at the same time, it has a lot of amazing guests that came on board as well. People like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Steve Sims, and so many others that has actually came on board. And, the opportunities that they have given me, the amount of people that they have gave me to connect with, and so many other things, wow, it was massive.
It's amazing what can happen from Singapore, right? I mean, you're all the way in Singapore and you're touching lives all over the world. Now, when we spoke, one of your goals was to inspire 50,000 people. With 50,000 downloads, you've far surpassed that goal, haven't you?
Oh, yes. I believe I've already surpassed that goal. I have already inspired many more than what I have actually, targeted during that year. So that year I targeted 20,000 by 2020, right? So apparently for about 3 years or so, I have already inspired more than 50,000 people through my podcast. And also at the same time, I have inspired a lot of people through my stories that has been published on the local newspaper. And not just that, I was also being nominated for what we call as the Generation Grit Award. So Generation Grit is actually something that's for a handful of millennials that have went through many obstacles and able to overcome them, and we were more resilient than before. So we are being selected. 25 of us were being selected to be the nominees for this very prestigious award, which happened just last year. And I'm really grateful that, even though I didn't win it, but at least, I got to experience it and I got to share my story out to the world.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's really fascinating what you've accomplished when you look back at that point when you got fired in 2014 to this day, the decisions you've made, that voice that seems to be urging you on to go forward. How do you discern how to listen, how to take action on that voice, Rayson?
Well, I truly believe in taking the action and learning from your mistakes, like literally. When I decided to actually do certain things or, go and meet certain people or to create a podcast with someone or anything else, I will just go with the flow. I'll just decide on, okay, so this is the person that I want to meet. This is the person that I want to discuss with. This is the thing that I want to do. And then I'll just go with it and I'll just go through the process. And I'll just go and enjoy the whole process, because ultimately we can't control what is going to happen between the next 30 seconds or between the next 5 hours, 5 days, 6 months or so. We only can just, let whatever that's going to happen. And then from there, you go and discern how you can actually improve on the certain action that you're going to take or the results that you want, how you're going to get it through another different strategy or technique, rather than just keep sticking to certain things that you always believe in.
It's about giving yourself grace, isn't it?
yes, it's always about giving yourself grace and not blaming yourself for whatever mistakes that has happened, or even fearing the mistake that you're going to make, or fearing the decision that's going to go wrong. Because ultimately, I believe once you actually know that, hey, life is going to throw you lemons, going to throw you mangosteens, going to throw you anything, you got to just grab it and know how to make it into a lemonade, a mangosteen juice, a fruit dessert, things like that.
Mango skin juice. Is that a thing? I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's a mangosteen. Mangosteen. So that's a fruit.
Oh,
That's a
mango
fruit.
stem.
Yes,
All
it's
right, all
yes, it's purple. Purple
right.
in color. You can go and check it out. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I
Tasty,
was like,
pretty
I
sweet.
wonder where Rayson's going with this. Like, I know lemon, I know the lemonade, but mango skin. Like, what do you make with mango skin?
Yeah, no. I'll never ask anyone to go and try the skin of the mango. It's not gonna be tasty. It's gonna be tasting very awful,
Yeah.
awful.
Well, I thought you just
Yeah.
gave me something there. I was like, what is this? Is there something that you can do with the mango skin? Yeah, I was excited, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now, when we spoke, you were reading a ton. And of course, what you put in really equates to what you get out. Are you
Yes.
reading as much as you were reading back then?
Oh, sort of. Yes, I am still currently reading. I have gotten a lot of books. Even gotten free books from free for some authors, and I've gotten free books from Gary Vee as well. And I've been reading. Recently, I'm reading this guy's. His name is called Sean Vossler. So his book is actually called Seven Figure Marketing Copy. So it teaches you how to actually write, how to write a very good sales page, good copy, and also at the same time how to market things out. So it's a very good book which I would highly recommend people to go and check it out.
Now, the perspective of what's happening with nursing, tell me, how has that been affected by all of the personal development that you've poured into yourself?
Well, to be frank, nursing is something that I'm still working right now. But I have actually started to create a side hustle, which is this picking business that I've always wanted to do since in the past. Even though I've been doing it in the past where I was being paid at a very low amount or paid at for free. I mean, like not paid, but for free as well. But recently I've been able to charge and able to get a lot of attention from people. So which is something that is pretty awesome. And I'm still able to actually bring in whatever that I've learned from my personal development into nursing, where I was able to educate and inspire my patients and some of my peers as well to go beyond what they are currently doing and what they are currently having in terms of like the illness and etc., how they can actually become better and things like that.
I'm sure other nurses as well would want to know your story and how you've been able to step away from the career and do something on the sideline. I know that happened with my wife and her nursing, where many
Mm-hmm.
nurses were asking the question, how are you doing that? How is it possible? Have you
Oh
seen that as
yeah,
something that you can do?
yeah. I mean, like even last year, I was very honored to actually be a part of this webinar from the US, which is called Nursepreneur. So the host actually asked me this question, and the same thing goes. I mean, everyone, be it you are working the 9 to 5, the shift works, and etc. I'm pretty sure you have something that you really, really want to do, and you always wanted to know how you can take your passion, make your passion and hobby, and turn them into money, right? And of course, it will not be so easy where you go and work. When you go and start it out, work it out on your own, I'm pretty sure you can't even earn $100 an hour for the first year, right? It will take some time. So you definitely have to be patient, and you have to be actually looking for mentors, looking for collaborations and things like that, and see how you can actually grow your business and how you can grow as a person so that, people will have trust in you, will even go and collaborate with you. So that's why I truly believe that, you need to know how to actually make full use of the time, because your bank account for your time is 85 to 86,000 seconds, right? So how are you going to make full use of that seconds? It's all up to you. So I want your listeners that's tuning in right now to actually think through 85,000 to 86,000 seconds are given to you, and you have to fully make full use of it before you go to bed, and then the next day starts, and the 85 to 86,000 is repeatedly pass it back to you again, and you're gonna use it again. So how are you gonna use it for this coming months, for the start of 2020? How are you gonna do it? How are you going to make sure that you are able to enjoy and at the same time reap the rewards of whatever that you have put in for the January 2020?
Love it. Well, Rayson, again, it's a grand opportunity to chip in here and find out that you've not given up on your path, my friend. It is both motivational and inspirational. We do appreciate you passing by. We appreciate your service to humanity. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Well, I would like to tell the amazing audience is that you only have one life to live as you. So why do you want to bother looking at how Kardashian, how Grant Cardone, Gary Vee are living? Why not go and do something for yourself and make yourself proud? Even if you are not 100% proud yet, but at least make your mama, your papa, your whoever, even God proud of you, so that, you are able to live your life to the fullest and you're able to leave a legacy behind before you leave this world.
Amazing audience again. Rayson Choo. Rayson, a pleasure, a treasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.